Starcasting to you from the City of Angels. Hello everyone, I'm Kiris. Thank you so much for being here and listening to the Voice of Astrology podcast. This is your astrology cosmic superpower for the week beginning Sunday, May 26th through Saturday, June 1st, 2024. Let's journey together with astrology and explore how to connect with the stars, the planets, the energies for our new week ahead. The cosmos is giving us a spectacular night sky this week as we are closing out the month of May, moving into the month of June, the halfway point through the year already. On May 30th, we do have the last quarter moon, and the last quarter moon will rise after midnight, your local time, and will set around noon. Look for it high in the sky before dawn. On May 31st, the moon makes an early morning visit to the planet Saturn. Now, in the early morning on May 31st, the moon is very close to Saturn and will also pass in front of, otherwise known as an occult, and block out the planet Saturn. On May 31st, start to watch for the lineup of 6 planets. The thick waning crescent moon will lie near golden Saturn. You can see the moon and Saturn in dark skies after dawn. The moon will visit 5 more planets, Neptune, Mars, Uranus, Mercury, and Jupiter, over the next few days. The moon and Saturn will rise about 3 hours before sunrise, but to catch all 6 planets, look about 30 minutes before sunrise. Then on June 1st, you will see the lineup of 6 planets with the waning crescent moon hanging between Saturn and Mars. The moon will be close to the spot where Neptune lies. To view Neptune, you do need optical aid and dark skies to spot. Look for this before dawn. Saturn and Mars will rise several hours before sunrise, and if you look later, during the morning twilight, Saturn and Mars might be difficult to see, but you could get a glimpse of Mercury, Jupiter, and the spot where the planet Uranus lies low on the horizon. Unbelievable, incredible. Don't miss this. Sunday, May 26th, the Trickster is afoot. Have you ever been fooled and tricked? Of course you have. Have you ever fooled and tricked somebody else? Of course. The trickster is the solar ingress into the sign of Gemini, with Venus and Jupiter now in the sign of Gemini. Gemini is mutable air, changing back and forth, very clever, very witty with the words. The mind games of the trickster. What is the truth? What is a lie? How do you know for sure when you are being told the truth and when you are not? Gemini, the trickster, doesn't follow the rules. Gemini breaks the rules and makes them up as they go along. And then, being a mutable air sign, can change them up again. How does it make you feel when you find out and you know you've been lied to, you've been fooled, you've been tricked? On Sunday, May 26th, we are starting off the week with the moon in her detriment. She's in the sign of Capricorn, the furthest away from her natural home placement in the sign of Cancer, when you know you are connected and very clear about how you feel. Now, the moon in the opposite, the sign of Capricorn, making a square aspect to Mars, very strong in the sign of Aries, is an upsetting feeling in the 3rd chakra, the stomach area, the solar plexus, that is telling you, because you're feeling something is not right here, something's afoot. Then the moon in her detriment in Capricorn makes a square aspect to Chiron, the wounded healer, in the sign of Aries. The moon square Chiron, which is your sense of who and what you are, your place of greatest woundedness, triggers emotions and events from the past, memories. The moon rules over the past and memories. What gets triggered are the memories of feeling abandoned, not accepted, not wanted, with the moon square Chiron, which says, I am, when Chiron is in Aries, the newborn baby of the zodiac. This cosmic power is saying, do not make a decision based on how you're feeling as we start off the week, because you're disconnected from the truth. The trickster is afoot. Get the information, get the facts, make them sign on the dotted line. No verbal agreements where you're being sold a bill of goods and it's all a lie. Especially with Venus and Jupiter, these are the protectors, the greater and lesser benefics in astrology. They are not visible right now in the night sky. Monday, May 27th, the moon moves into fixed air Aquarius, which is a mindset, an attitude, a communication. Aquarius is also power to the people. Aquarius being the sign of friendship, tolerance, a compassion for all different kinds of people in all different walks of life. The moon in Aquarius makes an air trine flow to Jupiter in its detriment in the sign of Gemini. The moon in Aquarius makes a conjunction to Pluto in Aquarius, and then an air trine flow to Venus in Gemini. So our moon in Aquarius makes air trine flows to Jupiter and Venus, the two goodies, the greater and lesser benefics. This is hidden protection. In other words, what you don't see, what you're not hearing, is more important than what you do see. What are they not saying? What is not in plain view? Mercury, the mind and the messenger, is in good, down-to-earth, fixed earth Taurus, making a sextile aspect to Saturn in Pisces. Mercury in Taurus is saying, take your time. You don't have to rush, and show me the proof. Taurus being good, down-to-earth, common sense. And don't be rushed into a decision and jumping to conclusions. Tuesday, May 28th, we have the moon still in fixed air Aquarius, making an air trine flow to the sun in Gemini. Now, an air trine flow is supportive. It's supportive of thinking, communication, the state of attitude, and your mind. Now, with the sun and moon in harmony, this is a trine, a triangle, a pyramid. This is the inner and outer, the masculine and feminine, the mind and the heart, making an agreement within yourself that you're going to not only think things through very clearly and deliberately, but you're going to wait until you get to the point, the place where it's all a clear channel. You are a vessel of energy, and with the moon and the sun lining up in such a way of harmony, you will wait and know when there aren't any obstructions, when there isn't confusion, when you get the facts. The element of air is not emotional. It's not just jumping and rushing in like the element of fire. The air element is just show me the proof, the science, the facts. Wednesday, Mercury's day, May 29th, we've got Mars in its domicile, cardinal fire Aries, which is so brave and so strong, making a conjunction to Chiron, the wounded healer in the sign of Aries. Mars is the planet that cuts things away. It pulls up the poison, pulls up the weeds in the garden that could destroy the whole thing if certain things are not taken away by Mars. So with this Mars in Aries making that conjunction to the place of great woundedness where healing is needed in your sense of identity. Chiron in Aries, this is Mars in Aries, the energy saying, I'm cutting this stuff away once and for all. It is over. We've been in full moon energy with the full moon at 2 degrees Sagittarius that we just had. The full moon in Sagittarius is going and reaching for the stars, whatever that means in your life, your dream, your vision, the big picture. And this Mars, which takes things away, is cutting out the poison that blocks you from making your dreams come true in life. You have the power. The cosmic lights simply put a spotlight, a highlight for us on certain times and certain patterns that are like guardian angels. They're here to help and assist you. May 30th, we have the last quarter moon, the fourth quarter moon at 9 degrees Pisces. Now, as we move from fourth quarter to new moon, this is the preparation stage for when we take the new moon action at the time of the new moon. Now, 9 degrees Pisces is the first division, the first decanate of the sign of Pisces. Pisces is water, mutable water, where we are dissolving things that have to go. Also, water is purification, cleansing, and healing. Water is the emotion. The last quarter moon in the sign of Pisces is being in touch with how you truly feel about the people, the situation, your life as a whole. Pisces being the last sign of the zodiac, the darkest hour is just before dawn. Pisces is the releasing during this fourth quarter moon phase of what emotions have to be released. You just don't feel the same way. So the emotions are shifting and changing with mutable water Pisces. Friday, Venus's day, we still have the moon in mutable water Pisces, and the moon in Pisces makes a conjunction to Neptune in Pisces. This is the ocean of emotion, as I always say. Now, this week with the Trickster Gemini element, so many times, all of the time, I will hear clients talk about how tricked and fooled they feel because someone in their life has had a change of heart and mind. We all have, from time to time, a change of heart and mind. And this can make a person feel like they've been deliberately fooled and or lied to. This week and on this day, this is the supportive energy from the cosmos to not only feel your feelings, but acknowledge what has come to an end in your life as far as how you feel, how they feel, and also how escaping from the feelings, this is also Pisces, can be addiction. How escaping from the feelings through some form of addiction, this is part of the lesson of Saturn in Pisces, addiction escape issues. Escaping from the feelings through addiction is not the healthy way to go as you move towards your highest potential and happiness in life. Saturday, June 1st, we've got the moon now in Cardinal Fire Aries, first sign of the zodiac, and the moon in Aries makes a sextile aspect of opportunity to the sun in mutable air Gemini. So this blending of fire and air, which is the opportunity to shift your focus on something brand new. The moon in Aries craves excitement. It wants challenge. Remember, Aries, being the first sign of the zodiac, is always asking the question, what is brand new and bright and exhilarating? The sun in Gemini, which is ruled by Mercury, the sun in Gemini, our soul's expression in Gemini, is that stage where We're going into formal school. We're trying out different costumes and ways of being and identifying. And the sun in Gemini wants to learn. It asks questions. It wants to discover. It needs the stimulation of the mind, an air sign. So as we're closing out this week and we're being very careful about getting the information and the proof, because we're starting off not connected, moon in Capricorn, to our feelings, and this can be very upsetting and confusing. We are now closing out the week on Saturday, June 1st, with moon sextile the sun in Gemini, which can be so positive, and it is supportive of letting things go during the last quarter, fourth quarter to new moon phase, and shifting the focus, the energy, and your attention on the new exciting things that are coming into your life. Fourth quarter to new moon phase, this quadrant of the moon is always a connection to winter time, no matter what time of the year we are in. So fourth quarter to new moon is that place of going within, going into hibernation, just like during the winter, where everything in nature goes underneath to heal and rejuvenate and renew. The trickster teaches us the lesson that it is all smoke and mirrors. It is all an illusion. There is a great lesson to be learned during Gemini season. When someone tells you something, do you just believe it because they said so? Do you judge a book by its cover? I've said so many times on my podcast that I am obsessed with the Bryan Kohberger Idaho 4 case. The case is starting to fall apart, fact by fact, and because of what Bryan Kohberger looks like, there's no question that this is a big part of the reason why he has been slaughtered in mainstream media, meaning Bryan being judged based on his looks. There are many different ways and forms that the trickster can fool you, because the trickster is also a shapeshifter. The trickster can morph and change into anything or anyone that it thinks you want it to be. Have a fabulous week, everyone. Thank you so much for being here and listening to the Voice of Astrology podcast, and I will see you all in the stars.